Hitting y'all with a schedule update today. The new year's upon me, and new projects are awakening, and many of them spread across multiple channels. For y'all on the YouTube here, things will remain relatively unchanged. Monday will now be a learn to play video. This will be a lot like the Genji training wheels that I did with John Jagger, a very simply edited video that talks about learning a hero from the ground up. Later on, we may go on to concepts, cover metas, but this will be an offline edited video that gets posted on Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday will be Hero League. These will be taken from the live stream over at twitch.tv/KyleFergusson, and it'll be the normal format you're used to. Thursday and Friday will now be the Team League, the Podcaster League video posts. Those used to be earlier in the week. The reason why is HGC. HGC has rolled in and dominated the weekend. In fact, they are streaming from about 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time. They do not take a break until February, and that break only lasts until March 2nd. So, it's a good thing to be avoiding streaming a team-based game during a team-based esports competition. When we look at the live stream schedule, things are a bit more confusing, but I want to let you guys know about a couple of projects that have come up. This is my old schedule. You used to know it. Lots of very consistent channel placements, except for Into the Nexus there on Thursdays, which was at 5 p.m. Pacific time over at twitch.tv/Amovetv. If you're not familiar with Into the Nexus, that's where I meet up with Garrett and we talk Heroes of the Storm in a podcast, a radio show for the internet. We also have weekly contributors like Jeff Cannata and Dunk Train come on. In fact, this past week, we had Dunk Train on, and I'd really like you guys to check it out because it was a fantastic episode. We've spent so much this Christmas meta trying to figure out what's going on. And after last night, I feel like we've finally settled on some ideas. For me, it's going to be farming towers. It's going to be a lot of Nazebos, perhaps some Janas. Quick ways to blow people up if they're on my walls, and people good at destroying their walls when I get to them. For the most part, we're kind of avoiding forts at the moment, but check out the full episode over at Amovetv. Also, check out episode 200 from last week, where we had Jade Martin and Andrew on. They were fantastic. It was so great to talk to these Blizzard devs who've been working on the game for 3 years. In fact, Jade's been working on the game since before it even released. On Wednesdays, things get a little more complicated on the stream. In fact, I'm spread around a bit more. Still, we'll have that Hero League stream at 2 p.m. Pacific time. At 4 o'clock, I head over to caffeine.tv and play with Jeff Cannatta. That's Jeff Cannatta's stream, and we have been coaching him over the past 3 months or so on his main, which became Malthael. Again, we worked this from the ground up, and he's really destroying it over there. If you're interested in seeing some coaching for Silver League play, definitely check out the Caffeine Show at caffeine.tv/Jeff Cannatta at 4 p.m. Pacific on Wednesdays. Now, in order to make that Podcasters League recording, I'm going to be joining the Core After Show on Wednesdays as well. The Core, another podcast. This is where Scott Johnson, John Jagger, and Bo Schwartz join me to play Team League with Kristen Ashton, and we have a great time doing it. Previously was on the weekends, and now I'll be recording it offline while Scott streams on his channel. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful looking at this right now. You may have noticed that there was a older video post this past week. I had jury duty, as well as some technical issues getting offline recording set up. But they're absolutely beautiful, and I look forward to sharing with you these excellent games that we get to play. Now, since we're not going to be playing Heroes on the weekend, we have launched a new project that I hope you all will be excited about. It is called There Will Be Dungeons. There Will Be Dungeons is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition podcast where I will be playing Vorel, the Lizard Folk Barbarian. Really excited for this. I've had such a great time getting to play with the Frogpants guys on the weekends, and I hope you all will join us for some Dungeons & Dragons. Truly a passion of mine and something I've really enjoyed. Sundays will still be another team game. A little off flavor. And while those videos don't make it on here, you can expect them to continue to be streamed. We've been going through Divinity 2 at 2 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays, and it's been an absolute blast. We are in Act 3. This is actually a video from the beginning of Act 2. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone out there. But this game has been absolutely amazing. If you don't get to play Dungeons & Dragons, play Divinity with some friends. Do it co-op. It is a absolute treat. The game DMs it for you. The tactics are maybe a little ground-based, a little heavy on that part of it, but that's really kind of their signature flavor that they've carved out for themselves. So, in summation, YouTube will be unchanged, but you can catch me across 4 different channels. My own twitch.tv/Kyle Fergusson, and that'll be Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Sundays. You can catch me on twitch.tv/Amovetv for Weeksauce on Mondays, a morning show about video game general and movies, as well as Thursdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time for Into the Nexus, that Here's the Storm podcast. Find me on twitch.tv/Frogpants on Wednesdays at 6:30, as well as Saturdays at 2 p.m. Pacific time. And that'll be the Podcasters League on Wednesdays and There Will Be Dungeons on Saturdays. And finally, if you're interested in seeing some silver coaching, check out the show over at caffeine.tv/Jeff Cannata for that coaching we do with him. There is no VODs on that service at the moment. They are a pre-release in beta, and they have chosen to work with us so that we can host this channel with them. So it's a really awesome opportunity. It's great working with them, but sadly, I'm not able to share those VODs with you guys at this time. It's a little complex. I hope this gave you some insight into what's going on and explained partially why you saw some Christmas time videos this past week, as well as I had jury duty, which messed with that. But we're back on schedule. You can expect this on the channel. Thank you all for your continued support, and I'll be seeing you soon.